Now you're listening to wrestling news that matters from people you want to hear it from, deep from within the confines of the internet. Covering WWE like no one else and covering TNA because no one else will. You are listening to the best in the world, Ring Rust Radio!
Brad Maddox.
I got 141 and 2/3 chance of winning. Let's go,
because I know you missed it last week with another episode of Ring Rust Radio, the best goddamn wrestling radio show on speaker, on the internet, in the whole goddamn universe. I'm who's the most Elmwood. Looking fine, feeling fine. I'm actually out of breath now from that jump. I was doing jumps the whole time. I was trying to do, so David Lee Roth would jump off and he'd go jump and he'd kick his legs and spread them, right? I was doing that.
Hey.
I looked just like David Lee Roth.
Spreading the legs?
This show is already significantly worse than last week.
Oh, I missed last week.
Not true. I did see a few comments, mean-spirited comments from people saying that they preferred last week's formatting to the prior week's or this week's, which was,
I got multiple messages saying the same thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got a couple that said stay away and shit. It was not nice. I don't even appreciate it.
Were they from us?
Yeah, no, I'm just reading directly from our email chain, our text chain. But yeah, we're here.
Never come back.
I want to Saquon Barkley MVP, and this idiot over here fucking keeps scoring 6 touchdowns and won't stop.
Yeah, fuck you.
You still lost, which is all that matters, you know what I mean?
Well, it was McDermott's fault. He's the reason we lose anytime we lose.
I got one of those, too.
Yeah, I'm serious.
I got one of those, too.
I was going to say, you want to trade? And I was like, no, actually.
It's a moot trade. Hopefully we play each other.
Dumbass.
Yeah, hopefully we play each other. It's just fourth down mishaps and 2-pointers.
Could you imagine that Super Bowl is going to be like 10 overtimes?
Dude, I'll tell you what. It would be, in terms of Super Bowl squares, it will be the most unlikely numbers in the world. It'd be like, you get a 6 and an 8. You know what I mean? Like, so you're like, well, how the fuck did we end up here? How did we end up with a 3 and a 4?
Could you imagine the bad blood if that really is a Super Bowl?
Well, we almost had Yankees,
like the Civil
Phillies. War. Yeah. I mean, listen, anytime our teams compete, I mean, even in fantasy, we yell at each other. So yeah, I would assume it would be. Although I will say this in the bottom of my heart, I've always had a closeted, like a Tom Cruise style, respect for the Buffalo Bills and their fans. Because I think there's a lot of Philly in you guys.
Because you love me.
Well, there's a lot of Philly in you guys. There's a lot of it's a hard-nosed fan base. You don't give a fuck if it's cold. You'll be there through thick and thin, all the thin. A lot of losing, which was our tradition for a while. You got that now. So yeah, I mean, I felt akin to you guys a little bit, but now I can't relate because I am a champion.
Huh, got you. You are not.
I am a champion.
I am a champion. I was in the parade. They fucking threw beers
Dick
near
Foles
me.
is a champion.
He's got a huge dong, dude. I got Bud Light from the Philly, dude. Come on. All right, BJ, we have a schedule?
Yeah, it was a nice little sports podcast you opened up with. This is a wrestling podcast.
Don't get me started on Matvey Michkov.
It's on my fantasy team.
He's really good at hockey, dude. We might have a star, bud. Take Tage Thompson and shove him up your rump.
He's having a pretty good year, too, actually.
He's injured, I heard.
Sabres are ass, though.
All right, PJ?
Yeah, we're going to review WWE.
PJ, name one Ranger, not a goaltender.
There's a captain.
What's his name?
That's a great question.
I hate
captain.
you so much. Nope.
Well, they just traded their captain.
We just call him Cap.
Nope.
They traded Jake. They traded you for
You're the worst in the world, dude. You are. How
Chris Kreider, Mika
Igor,
Zibanejad, Artemi Panarin.
he could, yo, he sees Zibanejad's last name. He's just like, nope. he's like, why are those letters all together like that? What the fuck is that supposed to mean? Is that a name? Holy shit, it's a name.
Lafreniere, Kako,
He does.
Trocheck,
Kako. You could have gotten Kako. That's an easy one.
Keandre Miller.
Igor.
Go ahead.
Igor.
I said no goalies.
Jonathan Quick.
Well, that's why I didn't say quick. Anyway.
That's why.
Yeah, that's why you didn't.
Well, Donnie said no goalies. Dirt Cheap Busters, we do that. We talk about all the lies and rumors going on pro wrestling. Donnie, you gonna show up?
No, we can talk about some lies now, how you're a New York sports fan.
I don't know that he really ever claimed to be a Rangers fan, to be fair.
He goes to Rangers games and shit. He he goes there and shit and claps.
There's a difference between being a fan and kind of liking something.
Did you see the commercial? And the guy's like, instead of saying roll tide, he's like, high tide.
High tide.
High tide. That's BJ. That's BJ at all New York sporting events.
Or Damn Eagle. We got fan emails. So much more.
You got Jay-Z's Barclays Center near you, too, don't you? That's probably a rape shack.
Oh, boy.
You know what I mean?
Oh, I got his 100th problem.
He definitely has 100 problems now.
I got 99 problems with aces, and eights is one of them, dude.
When you hit me with the dude and then fucking, I start chortling. Mike, you have words.
Yeah, do you like talking about hockey?
I do.
On a wrestling podcast?
I really do.
No.
I like it. You never know what you're going to get, so that's why I got to tune in to Ring Rust Radio. Get us anywhere you get your podcasts. Interact with us on Twitter at Ring Rust Radio. Email us. Be part of the show. ringrustradio@yahoo.com. Also, buy our merchandise. ProWrestlingTees.com/ringrustradio. So many great t-shirt designs, including Cut Your Dick!
Oof.
We did that last week. We cut the dick out of our lives. Donald Wood, he wasn't here.
That was my Christmas present to you guys.
We had a really great email that you would have ruined, so we were really happy you weren't here.
Yeah, somebody messaged me or something about toys.
Yep. It was really fun. The best toy line. Bracket.
Yeah, bunch of fucking...
Broke out the coin. Had to flip a coin to determine type.
Wow. That's
good
honestly
shit.
Really fucking cool, dude.
That's good podcasting.
If I would have been slightly sad if I would have won fantasy and you weren't here last week because you couldn't have tried to drown out my nickname. Your boy Reggie Gill won, by the way.
Yeah, he was gracious enough to remind me and let me know.
Good. Support us at patreon.com/ringrustradio. You can hear ad-free episodes, sign up for fantasy drafts and brackets, make us watch wrestling-related movies and pay-per-views, and so much more. Also, check out Ring Rust Radio on YouTube for updated clips and Triple R gaming. Donnie, BG, and fans of the show have been playing different games like Among Us, Fall Guys, and Dead by Daylight each week, and posting early access on patreon.com/ringrustradio well before it hits YouTube. If you're interested in joining a session, email ringrustradio@yahoo.com.
BJ, just stop listing the games. You know what I mean? We haven't played those games in months, and you know that. We played Call of Duty. Okay, you should be hyping up the things that we're doing that people want to do. We did Call of Duty. We had a bunch of people. BJ no-showed like a coward. We ended up having like 10 fucking people.
Was he supposed to show?
No, he never texted me.
I got to tell you from the bottom of my heart. The kid is doing nothing. I know it. He could easily show up. He just is afraid of crowds.
Me and Mike and George were watching NXT.
Yeah, we were.
I said what I said.
Actually, George wasn't really watching, but we were.
I like to think of the beginning of the show as like a grab bag, but instead of a bag, it's more like a popcorn box, and instead of a bottom of the box, my dick's in there. Let's go talk WWE.
Huh.
What?
We're gonna put this all in order. From LW to Dark, we about to have a discussion about the one true sport. Who's selling the finish? Does this make sense in the art? Tell me who botched, who rocked, who's cashing in on the marks. These takes are uncut, man, they're pure and they're raw. Blow up like dynamite, have you smacked down on the floor. On a collision course with the number one source. Now let's head back to the ring for the latest report. Ring Rust.
I guess it's time to talk WWE. Things happen. And things are gonna happen? All right, okay.
Did deaths happen?
Oh, I do. Well, I was gonna say Saturday Night Main Event coming up, which we got almost said John Tortorella on the microphone there, but it's not him at all. It's Jesse Ventura.
You were calling Jesse the Body John Tortorella?
I don't know why. Listen,
Oh my
I
God.
like the Flyers, but I've been watching a lot of his post-game yelling. War Games happened, and CM Punk ass bitch looked just as such throughout the
He was
process.
awesome.
He was awful. I will
We
say
talked about
this.
that last
Can I
week.
say something? I'm gonna mean this in the bottom of my heart. Guess what? Roman Reigns
What?
is better than CM Punk. Oh, deal with
Yeah,
it.
you know that.
Deal with it, dude.
Roman Reigns is better than almost anyone ever.
That is incorrect. I'll say this. I'll give you this. He's better than Triple H, and he's sure better than Shawn Michaels.
Not better than Shawn Michaels.
Well, just deal with that. Women's Intercontinental Championship bracket. I'm looking at it with my eyes. BJ's back to putting Wiki in here. And are these screenshots? Or are you embedding?
Both.
Unbelievable.
He's switching it up.
Unbelievable. And then we also got
Just
to
like
talk.
last time.
We got to talk about World's End. And
I will say the World's End screenshot, a little small.
yeah, what's up with that? You couldn't blow that one up for me?
Dude, I did. I don't know why it comes in like this.
You got to fucking
The other
work on
ones,
yourself,
I can
dude.
actually read pretty well.
Yeah, look
Yeah.
at the other ones. I don't know why that happened like that.
Yeah, you got to work on yourself. It sucks.
BG, this championship bracket, you put out a beautiful job.
Well, that's taken from Twitter.
You
Fantastic.
legit need to work on stuff for us this intricate, please, because this is one of our
Solid.
brackets. Our brackets look like doo-doo comparatively, so please.
I think the brackets look good.
You got to taste like
Our
water.
brackets?
First,
They're nice and colorful.
paying homage to a dead wrestler, Scott Schwartz. He was in a movie or something too, and he was a wrestler, and he died, and BJ forgot him. That's really fucked up, dude.
Unreal. That's like the most. It's way more disrespectful to do that than to just not even mention it.
Why?
He's a wrestler and he was in a movie or something.
Everybody's been telling me to say his name, so I'm doing that. You know what I mean? That's what I did.
What's his name? Scott Schwartz?
Scott Schwartz. Yep.
What company is he
Scott
work
L.
for?
Schwartz, dead. What a headline. Scott L. Schwartz, dead! Holy shit. Ocean's Trilogy actor. That's what he was in all those movies.
He's from
and
Philly.
He's a former wrestler. Dies at 65 years old.
He's from Philly.
Yeah? So,
Television actor, stuntman, and professional wrestler.
look at that.
Wow. It's terrible.
You're over here telling jokes. This man just died.
He trained under Killer Kowalski.
This says
Just
Schwartz's death was confirmed by a representative.
Triple H trained under Killer Kowalski too. I wonder if they were buddies.
Can you forward this part, that's confirmed by a representative, to Dave Meltzer and tell him, like, for future reference, that's kind of how you do reporting?
He once went by the name Igor the Giant.
He was 5'4". It was ironic.
He was
No, he's
6'10",
6'10".
actually.
He was 6'10"?
He was also the Israeli commando.
Holy moly, dude. See, and look, you guys made fun. You didn't even realize the guy was sick, and now he's
You
dead.
made fun.
So, real fucking great job by you guys. But remember, you guys were going to say I was disrespectful. That was very respectful. I think we did a good job here.
Good job. RIP.
Let's talk about Survivor Series first. I don't know why we wouldn't talk about Survivor Series first.
Because we spoke about that last
It already
week.
happened.
Oh,
We talked about it last week.
that's
You
right.
just decided not to show up.
I was gone.
Yeah, you said
Why,
I
you
want to
have
kill
something to
animals.
say?
I don't want to
Oh, I shot
hang out with
a
people I
deer.
consider to be my best friends, and I don't want to be here for the listeners.
Well,
Mhm.
I will say this. If I ever have to, I know how to cut up a body. It's right there. Now
Yeah.
it's on tape. I was going to make a healthcare CEO joke, but I'm going to just leave that one. He's doing God's work out here. Let's talk
Luigi!
about... he looks like Brandon Galvin. Also, I'm watching The Sopranos back. Everyone's Brandon Galvin. It's fucking hilarious. Hey, fucking schnozzes.
I've never heard BG say that.
Oh, you gotta get him worked up. You gotta get him playing a video game. That's when you get the real version of him. He starts like getting heated and shit. He's like hot under the collar. He's like, forget about it. You fucking He like keeps doing the under the chin flick thing to fuck off. Yeah,
Little
fuck
Guido?
off. Yeah. All the time, dude. Why would you call him Little Guido like that? They don't like that. Let's talk about Saturday night's main event. It's 12/14, which is Saturday.
Correct.
Just confirm, man. I was looking at the
It
calendar.
would be wild if it wasn't on a Saturday.
Hey, Friday the 13th, man. You scared?
There you go. No.
Okay, you guys took that question very serious. Okay, who's gonna win, Bailey or Chelsea Green?
That, Bailey.
And who's going to win?
Bailey.
Mitchin or Tiffany Stratton?
Mitchin. No,
Mitchin. Holy shit,
That'd be
dude. That
amazing
is
if that
a
was on
missed fucking opportunity, dude. Bitchin with Mitchin. It's like, fucking making bacon with Macon, and Macon's just a pig.
From South Park.
He's just a pig. Oh, shit. So Tiffany Stratton versus Bailey.
Yeah, that's what we've been saying, I think, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And then I think Bailey wins the championship. And you put it on a big star to start with.
I think it would be so cool if Tiffany won, but I don't think they'll do it.
No, she doesn't need it. She's got the briefcase.
Yeah. I know, that's why it'd be cool.
Okay. No, Bailey wins because, they feel bad because they've mistreated her for so long, for so many years.
Yeah. Even though she was champion earlier this year.
Yeah. Token championship. Cool story. Give me a real story for once. How about that? No, nothing? Agree. Liv Morgan, Io Sky, Women's World Championship. I think Liv Morgan just wins.
Yeah.
Morgan. I would love for Io to win. They are, I'll say this, they're building up Io quite a bit, I feel like, lately, and I think we're getting some momentum toward her doing something significant. I don't think she wins it here. I think there's probably a bunch of interference and shit with Raquel, and, maybe Rhea gets involved, because we had a little tease of Rhea and Io on Raw, where they both were kind of holding up the title, and they had a little glance, so I think what we get here is Io probably loses to Liv. I think Rhea beats Liv at Rumble, and maybe Io wins the Rumble. And we can get Io and Rhea at WrestleMania. I'd be down for that.
We're not gonna
face first face?
I'm sorry?
Face first face?
Well, maybe somebody turns in that scenario, but either way, it'd be good.
Yeah, I'd be fine with it. But Liv definitely wins here. BJ, any objection?
Liv definitely wins.
It's feeling like a house show. We're getting a little house showy here.
Pretty good card.
Finn Balor, Damian Priest. Gunther just wins.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gunther wins.
I think it's interesting that they put Damian Priest back into this. Not back into this, but into this.
That's how you get the pinfall. That's how you do.
I think he should have been in it to begin with.
Yeah.
I think it's more interesting than just Gunther versus Finn, because that's like heel versus heel, whereas at least now you have a babyface in the scenario.
100% agree that it's going to be a better match because of this, too, because it gives we saw with Priest and Gunther that they have a pretty good chemistry there. And Balor's, have you seen those abs? It's enough to make you fucking question all your previous sexual feelings. But yeah, Gunther's just going to win, and Priest's there to take the pinfall. And then I think you kick the can down the line more with Balor and Gunther. Wrong, right or wrong? You know what I mean? You tell me. You're the guys who worship WWE. I don't know.
I think it's interesting that they did this because they could have done this at the Royal Rumble and kicked the can down the road to that.
I could see Finn taking the fall. I don't necessarily know that Priest is going to take the fall.
Yeah.
Well, you don't know anything.
They are definitely losing the tag team championships on Raw next week. They're facing the War Raiders again, Balor and McDonough.
Love me some War Raiders.
They're awesome.
Love the name again. Look at us. Vince is gone, guys. We can play again. We can have good
say
times
war.
You should. You know what I mean? It's just a thing. Sami Zayn versus Drew McIntyre. I like Sami. Real quick about Survivor Series. Sami Zayn is so good.
Yeah.
That's it.
Agree. Remember when you said he sucked on the mic?
No, I said I never heard him on the microphone because he never talked on the independent wrestling circuit. El Generico was not a talker.
That's not what you said.
If you don't stop doing that, I'm going to call him El Generico every time I see him.
That's fine.
Until you're mad. Until you guys get mad.
I'm going to say Drew McIntyre wins. He just returned.
I'm also going to say Drew McIntyre because it'd be weird as fuck if he lost in this first match.
I'm going to say Drew McIntyre kicks Sami Zayn's head off.
Yeah, pretty much.
I would honestly in this situation,
NBC,
Sami Zayn's not really doing a ton like right now in terms of like his own career. It's more furthering the Bloodline storyline. So I wouldn't mind in theory McIntyre beating him to a fucking pulp. Like come in like and legit like Brock Lesnar him. He comes in, he fucking beats the shit out of him, kind of catches him sleeping a little bit, and fucking puts him down. It gives McIntyre a shit ton of momentum, and Sammy can just kind of go back and rebuild himself as part of that stable.
I assume Jay and maybe Jimmy too, if he's able to, because I know he broke his toe. I don't know how bad of a break or anything it is, but we'll probably save Sammy.
Everybody looking for a day off, dude.
Yeah. I was surprised that they had this. I'm assuming it's a 2-hour show, right, Mike?
Yes. I think
On
it's
NBC,
8 to 10.
so it's like there's commercials. It's just 5 matches for them at this point.
Yeah.
They're giving
And
us
this
that
is
in like
just
4
on regular
hours.
ass NBC, right?
Yep.
I think and Peacock, but yeah, it's just on.
That's
on NBC,
I,
so
I'm
it's
not.
like-
I'm working this weekend. I was gonna go to the cabin. I literally could have watched Saturday Night Main Event at the cabin because it's a fucking basic cable channel on the antenna, and it infuriates me that now I can't. So that's fine. I'm not mad.
And Jesse the Body gonna be on commentary, which is very cool.
We heard John Tortorella on commentary.
Yep, John Tortorella.
That's right. Just fucking yelling at Michael Cole the whole time. You don't know you're not playing in the defensive zone. You sit on the bench. Cody Rhodes versus Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens doing good things.
Yeah.
Listen, hold on a minute. I'm going to say this on the record now and put this, start the recorder up. I want it known. Kevin Owens, he's real good at all the things
Revelation.
that he does. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Keo, Hulk Hogan discovering him, that might be the best thing he ever did for wrestling.
Hogan, yeah. It's funny. Owens
Kip
just
Stern, baby, Kip Stern.
Owens has like the equivalent like 5 minutes a week, and just crushes it.
Yes.
Everything doesn't stand out. That stuff with Cole is so much fun.
Well, it goes back to the, I think it was Xavier Woods who said it. No matter what you're doing on TV, no matter how long you're on there, make an impression. I don't care if you got 10 seconds. Do something silly to where people laugh at it so they don't forget you.
The beauty of the Kevin Owens character right now is everything he's saying is true also. Like, Cody Rhodes is like, Cody Rhodes, you definitely did help Roman Reigns, who tried to, like, fucking murder Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, and you for that matter.
Yep.
Yes.
Kind of hypocritical.
Yes. And honestly, what do we always say? A heel with a point, a justifiable, at least in their mind, point, is the most believable.
Absolutely. Does Randy Orton show up here?
Nah, he might be
I
just
don't know.
off.
No, I think Cody just wins probably. I wish fucking Kevin Owens would win, but it's not gonna happen.
No,
No, it's definitely not gonna happen. There's zero.
He's got to lose to The Rock.
Absolutely.
Yep,
Hopefully
agreed.
in February.
Can we be honest? How I was on that the earliest, right? I thought it was at
We are.
SummerSlam. But
Oh, you were saying Cody and The Rock at SummerSlam.
I just could tell that's what we were going to. This is, you know what I mean? He's gonna do them both in.
Unbelievable.
But yeah, this looks like glorified house show shit. You know what I mean? But you can make them good
I don't
matches.
agree. I think it's a great card.
I think it's a good card. I understand what Donnie's saying though, because it's basically chalk.
Yeah, it is.
Well, yeah, I mean,
That's a lot of their pay-per-view.
We're obviously
A lot of the
champion.
hold on. A lot of the pay-per-view events
Right,
feel
that's
like
what it is.
a glorified house show. Now, it's up to the participants to fucking give me a great match. But again, it's the stories. I need a little bit more on these. I need to feel like something could happen. You know what I mean? And the only title change we're getting is an all-girl champion.
yeah, I mean, I don't call a card with no title change a house show necessarily. I mean, stuff can still happen without titles changing hands.
Sure, but for the most part, it doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
So
I mean, we're building toward Royal Rumble, so stuff's gonna happen that we're building towards Rumble.
I would hope so. Because the holiday period usually sucks ass, dude. That's my concern. I feel like we're getting into fucking holding patterns again.
Well, me and BG, if you would have been here last week, you weren't, but we talked about this, and it's not going to be like that because the first Raw on Netflix is going to be January 6th, Donnie's favorite date.
Oh yeah,
and,
dude. Yo, we should storm Netflix.
And that's going to be a huge fucking massive pay-per-view level show. So, I mean, and that's in the middle of that holiday period. So I don't think it's going to be like it has been. We're not getting 20 Dean Ambrose versus Bray Wyatt Miracle on 34th Street fights here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I gotta be honest with you. I did
You
like
love
those
that.
though. I did like that. Remember when Cesaro had the pumpkin on his head?
That's great, yeah. Trick or street fight.
That was a trick or treat fight, but I mean, it was still really good. It was just like
They did have like the same match.
I do miss those kind of gimmicks where like Dolph would come out and there's like a piano and like
They still do that.
I know it just doesn't happen as much and it's not nearly as fun.
Like, I was like half joking, but not really. Like, that one holiday season, they did Bray and Ambrose
Yep.
Probably 5 times.
I gotta tell you,
Boot camp
In
match,
various,
right?
like, street fights.
I knew then that's how I knew Santa was real, because he made my dream come true. That's how I knew it. That's how I knew right there. Bronson Reed looking for time off. Tonga Loa looking for time off. Jimmy Uso looking for time off, dude. Holy shit. Fucking just ass,
Worse
guy.
for wear coming out of Oregon.
Oh no, I hurt my ankle. Oh no, I tore my bicep and broke my toe around Christmas? I'll be back
My
right
guess
after
is-
New Year's, right? Oh, okay, alright.
My guess is Bronson Reed doesn't want to miss Royal Rumble in WrestleMania, but that is the report that was out there today that he's not expected to be back in time for WrestleMania, which, if
Wow,
true,
that sucks.
very much sucks because he's been awesome.
Yeah.
And that fucking splash, dude put his body on the line on that one.
Yeah. It's a big boy flying down.
Tongaloa, I could believe that he purposely tore his bicep to get some time.
Everybody's team's got one. You know what I mean? You're like, I know you're fucking faking it, dude. Devin
Tongaloa,
White.
he's just there for the vibes. He's not there to really contribute.
I know. Listen, I've known. I always think of him because when he went to low blow Kevin Owens and punched his brother in the head.
That was hilarious.
That one is my favorite one, dude. Because you see his brother's face like, don't fucking idiot. Because he had to do it 2 times. Hate him. Always hated him. Actually, I did like him as Hunico.
He was not Hunico. He was Camacho.
Yeah, that's the one.
I'll never forget, he legit was on an NXT, one of the early NXT pay-per-views in a match against Adam Rose.
Remember Adam Rose? Remember that one picture that surfaced of him being like a giant
Where he was
man?
like fucking jacked? Yeah.
What the fuck, man? I need updates. Where is he at? Is he in the middle or is he bigger?
No idea.
Oh, somebody out there. Adam, if you're listening.
It's insane some of the shit that we've seen happen during the time this show's been going.
And it's amazing my memory works for only this kind of shit.
I was thinking about that earlier when
can't
Donnie
function.
referenced aces, where you referenced aces and eights. It's like, damn,
What
that was
about
like,
Pick apart.
dude,
Have a better memory would be the menagerie,
it's like
if we're
12
honest.
years ago.
Oh,
When
you
it-
remember the
when
menagerie,
carnival
too.
got flooded and
I
they
enjoyed
all their
I
arcade
liked when the
machines.
clowns came out in the stilts.
Yeah, that was fun.
Fucking love that shit. I miss TNA.
Crazy Steve, he's still going strong.
He is doing stuff, man. So's Rosemary.
He's still in TNA, right? Crazy Steve?
I think he is.
Yeah.
Insane.
New Bloodline took out LA Knight and Andrade. Oh no. Unlikely Bedfellows?
With who?
Andrade and LA Knight?
Nakamura? Oh, them? Oh.
Yeah.
Nah, no one wants a piece of Nakamura, has missed. I thought this was an interesting segment. I didn't expect that. And
No, me
when
neither.
Tom and Tana came out, I was like, oh, okay, you're going to go after the United States Championship. But then Jacob Fatu and Solo come out, and they're just going to run train on everybody. I like
Do
that
they know
because-
Samoa is part of the U.S., right? It's cool. We don't have to fight.
I certainly wouldn't mind Solo or Jacob Fatu winning the U.S. title.
Mhm.
I think it'd be a good way to, well, listen, I think the way they book Jacob Fatu is still very powerful. I mean, he's like obviously the one they even though Solo is head in words, he's the head in terms of booking. So for me, I think put the title on Solo, and then because he needs it more than Jacob Fatu, the werewolf man, he's got some aura
That's
stuck
true.
there.
But I like that they gave him a little bit of direction because they just lost at War Games and they didn't really have a lot of follow up with this mega angle that they had at War Games with the OG Bloodline.
Yeah,
I'm not sure where. I think we're just gonna move the Bloodline away from the Bloodline.
Yeah, it's just weird. Like Roman,
That's what I was
Roman
like,
won
wait,
the,
what?
like Roman wins the match and he's just not there. And he's not projected really to be here until Raw on January
Well, that
6th,
part was
which-
not surprising at all to me, but
But still, that's still winning.
there wasn't follow up with the other guys either. But I guess they're letting the dust settle because like half the people in the match got hurt. But yeah, I really don't know what the next step is with it. But you know, we talked about before, like we think The Rock's gonna be on that first episode of Raw on Netflix, and maybe that's where the ball gets really rolling again on it.
Mm.
Yeah, it's definitely.
But that's like a month between.
I was just
a
saying
month
this.
between Survivor Series and Raw on Netflix.
This
is
the
weird.
first
But I mean,
time,
none of these guys are in a match on Saturday Night's Main Event besides Sammy.
Honestly, this is the first time the first time in a little while that the Bloodline storyline feels a little bit rudderless.
Yes, just absolutely. There's no direction.
So, and I mean, honestly, I'll give it the benefit of the doubt.
Direction, they just haven't shown it yet.
Well, I mean, we'll
So
see.
like that, I don't know. To me, it's like that next show is the follow up, and
Yeah,
they
they
didn't
missed it.
follow up.
Would they
Roman
put
had to
fucking,
go to a
would
dance
they put
recital.
Swerve's fucking championship celebration
Right on Collision.
on Collision?
That was Dynamite,
You
yes.
fucking, are you an idiot?
Yeah, actually, the follow up happened on main event. You just didn't see it.
Oh,
It happened on WWE Speed.
problematic.
You should quit this WWE speed, brother. It's your teeth are looking like shit. You're like you've been sucking dick for WWE speed. It sucks. Hey, dude, you got all your groceries done. You know what I mean? You're looking good. Johnny Gargano turns heel, but just him.
Mm-hmm.
And DIY beat Motor City Machine Guns for the WWE Tag Team titles. These are words.
Whichever.
Honestly, can I say something to you? Seeing these guys in the ring, still a little bit surreal.
Mm-hmm.
To think about, like,
I agree.
all of these guys being in this position at this age, too. Because, like, they're all around our age. Right? They're like 36, 37, right?
No, I think Shelley and Sabin are in their 40s for sure.
They have to be, no?
I mean,
Gargano's-
we're almost there. Hold on, we're almost
Gargano's
there. Dude,
late
that's our age.
30s.
Yeah, that's our age.
Alex Shelley's 41.
Okay, that's our
I'm
age.
35. I'm not
30
late 30s.
I'm
late
37. You're coming
Chris
close.
Sabin's 42.
Yeah, that's what I thought. They're 40s. I think Gargano's probably the youngest of all of them. I think he's late 30s.
How did you get younger? You were 35 2 years ago.
That's not true. I was
I'm
33
telling
2 years
telling
ago.
you, dude, you're fucking lying.
Champ was 39.
He just skipped a year and we believed it.
Gargano was 37.
I'm 37.
There you go.
I'm 37.
Yeah, you look
So-
like shit though. I'm doing good.
Gargano, far more accomplished at 37 than you.
Me?
Yes.
Is he fucking bringing up the fucking top end over here, taking the lid off the defense at Travel Pulse, dude? Come on, I don't think so.
Oh, yeah.
I don't
Huh?
think so, dude.
But just real quick,
Only one
after
person
that,
doing it.
stupidity, this was very well done. So basically, they were saying it was going to be Street Profits versus Motor City Machine Guns, and the Street Profits were found all fucked up backstage. And Johnny's like, "Oh, I don't know what happened here, but you need somebody to step up. We could do it." And they're like, "Yeah, that's fine, because I'm good buddies with Johnny Gargano. He wouldn't do anything bad." Do the match. Seems like, Champ has been doing his heel thing. Gargano's still being sympathetic to the Machine Guns, and out of nowhere, Gargano does the low blow. He does it properly, unlike Tongaloa.
he
actually
punches,
him in the dick.
somehow punches his fucking brother in the head.
And turn heel, win the belts. Like, very well done. Like, usually you can get an inkling when a heel turn's about to happen. They did a very good job of not telegraphing that Johnny Gargano heel turn.
Yeah, that
And
was awesome.
yeah, I think it's gonna be very interesting with them as a heel tag team. We got Gargano as a heel before in NXT, but it was more of like a
And it was
comedic
single,
role.
and it was
so-
singles too.
Right. Well, he had his own group, but yeah, he was
Oh yeah, the way
doing
or whatever.
singles matches. Right. But
I just meant
it'd be
as
interesting
him
to see what
and-
they're like as a heel team.
Him and Ciampa have never been a heel team.
Heel team 6, you know what I'm saying?
Heel team 6, dude. But another shirt. We're
That
leaving
should
money
be a-
on the fucking table, dude.
That should be a tag team just on the indies.
The Wyatt Six.
Absolutely. They come out with fucking, like, the guns with the lights on them. They shoot candy in the crowd's faces. Like, you just walk up and
Then they're not a heel team.
you just walk up and be like, stand the fuck down. He's got a gun in the back of your head.
If they
Blam!
shoot water in your
No,
eye.
but okay, you want to know how to make them heal? Blam, it's candy. You grab it because it just shot you in the head with it. You're like, it kind of hurt. It's Withers. Werther's?
I'll just say it's like
Oh.
milk
You know what I mean? It's your grandmother's candy. You're like,
George love
nah, I'm good, dude.
It's
Also, just
unwrapped
like the idea,
butterscotch.
also like the idea of a gun that just shoots candy, but no one knows that. So you got someone like down on their knees, like begging for their life, pissing their pants, and like honestly, like Stone Cold with the gun,
But it
bang.
says bang, but it's candy.
But it's candy and it's Werther's. You're like, fuck! Shoot me! Put a bullet in that gun and just shoot me! Alright? This is a face worse than death! So yes, yeah, and also, yeah, it's a very fun time to like that kind of, like, I'm being rewarded for all those times we did TNA Impact moments, the what the fuck moments. Because the Motor
Mm-hmm.
City Machine Gun knees were very much a part of that segment.
Yeah.
Because they blew
Absolutely.
them out all the time. dude.
Saban for sure.
And dude, even Shelley, he definitely popped
I'll never
both
forget
knees,
fucking
too.
Saban winning the title, and then he drops the title to Bully Ray, who also happened to steal Velvet Sky from him in real life around the same time.
Jeez.
Hey, dude, listen.
That's rough.
He booked his own fucking divorce, man. Yeah,
Full
man.
of Kevin Sullivan
He
situation.
sure did. So who's going to win the Intercontinental Championship tournament? It seems like we're waiting on 2 3-ways.
hmm So Dakota Kai and Lyra Valkyria are already in the semis, and then you've got Zoe Stark versus Raquel versus Caden Carter is one of the first round matchups, and you got Alba Fire versus Kairi Sane versus Natalia is the other one.
Oh, shit. Hold up. Alba Fire, Kairi Sane, Natalia. Let's go on that
That'd be good.
way match. So let's go on that. So Raquel Rodriguez wins hers. I'll say
Yep.
Kairi Sane wins hers.
I agree.
Kairi puts over Lyra. Raquel Rodriguez beats Dakota Kai, and then maybe Raquel Rodriguez is the Intercontinental Championship to build her up.
I was gonna go in the other direction. I was saying, on the great show that occurred last week, BG and I discussed this. Dakota and Kairi in the finals we kind of like because that's 2 Damage Control members, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah, I like mine better.
I think they're gonna give it to Dakota at this point, to be honest with you.
I agree.
I think Raquel Rodriguez, because you know they fail often with the manager types, like the heater types, and I think it'd be good to get her some gold to give her some more credibility.
I mean, that would be cool if her and Liv both have championships.
Yeah.
Yep.
I do feel like
just don't think
Rhea's
it's gonna
gonna
happen.
screw her at some point along the way in this tournament, though.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Or she could just win it, give her the accolade, and then Rhea screws her in her first title defense.
It wouldn't shock me if they put Natty in the finals.
It would shock me. Yes, I would be shocked.
I would be a little bit surprised.
I 100% would be shocked. It's unnecessary. She doesn't need to win this match. I would rather see, if I'm honest, I'd rather have Alba Fire win than anybody else here, and then fucking just let her
Really?
lose to Raquel Rodriguez.
I want
listen,
Kyrie.
Alba Fire, Kaylee Ray is fucking awesome in the ring. Very,
She's really
very
good.
much underrated. And where's Isla Dawn? What are we doing? Where's my tag team?
She'll be supporting Alba.
All right, NXT headline review. Didn't
Did you watch
it? Didn't watch
What?
it. Didn't watch it.
It was good.
Sorry, I didn't watch it. I heard
It's a
it
good
wasn't, though.
Who'd you hear from?
A lot of people.
No.
They,
You don't
no,
talk
I'm
to a
like
lot of
you.
people.
I was on the internet. I just read it on the pages.
I don't do that.
Yeah, you're on. You were on Blue Sky. I read it on Blue Sky, Mike.
I've never been on Blue Sky.
Is that dead yet?
I have no idea.
No, still alive.
It's gonna die soon. It's like every other thing that tries to kill Twitter, just dies next to it. Woo woo! Yeah, too much truth there. That's Elon Musk. He's excited. Give me some Starlink, motherfucker. I need it for the cabin. Go. You guys talk about it. Match moment. Overall grade, Mike.
Yeah. BG, what'd you think of this pay-per-view?
Hold on, real quick. I fucking said Mike.
I'm doing what I want to do.
Yeah,
we're throwing it back to last week. BG, how'd you feel about this show? I thought it was entertaining.
You got 1 minute.
Iron Survivor matches, I thought both were excellent,
Oof.
and I think this is one of the.
Stipulation blows.
It absolutely doesn't. Very few
It
people
sucks.
feel that way unless they're being a piece of shit on purpose, and it's one of the best new match types to be created in quite some time.
Please. You're
Shawn
so desperate to
fucking
like,
Michaels.
you're so desperate to like put Shawn Michaels up on a pedestal. You've turned such a blind eye.
I
to the
don't have
dumb
to be
shit
desperate
that
to do it.
happens.
It just happens because he's that good.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Booker of the year.
The fucking this match
Booker of the
stip
year.
blows, dude.
Booker of the year. We'll see.
BJ, thoughts on this match
Rusty's
stip?
coming up.
We will see, huh?
Mhm.
We are gonna see, huh?
Yeah, we sure will.
I'm literally just gonna only put my number ones because I'm getting railroaded on everything else. Yeah. Go ahead, BJ. Did you? Oh, squalor. He's scared of the squalor. He's
Still
in
going.
He's in a.
It's still going.
He's in a police hurricane. It's weird. It's like a Sharknado, but it's full of cops. BJ, you can talk. No, talk through it. It's fun. We'll enjoy that.
I did think it was a good show. I'm not the biggest fan of Iron Survivor Challenge,
Yeah,
but
it's
they've done a
stupid. You
good
can say
job
it.
booking it.
Just say it's stupid.
Obafemi.
Say it's
Oh,
stupid.
Fabby,
I want you to say it's stupid.
He doesn't
I'm
think
not
it's
gonna say it's stupid.
It's stupid, dude. Okay.
Obafemi coming out was awesome. I'm very happy that he won. We talked about this many, many months ago that we really wanted Obafemi against Trick Williams
Yep.
for the
I think that was
NXT
another show where Donnie didn't show up for.
Yeah.
Possibly. But we really wanted it for WrestleMania weekend. We're getting it early than we anticipated. New Year's Evil, so that's going to be really fun. I can definitely see Obafemi winning the championship from Trick.
Yeah.
Really starting the year off with a bang. So that's a good storyline moving forward. Underground match is good. Taking championship match is good. Trick and Ridge, this was I've never like been so upset about watching a Trick match.
It was such a bland match, and
Yeah,
it's not Trick's fault. Ridge Holland, like, he's not like horrible worker or anything, but he's just, you can't get excited about him. There's just no way.
I get excited.
No.
Okay.
I'm hype. I get hype, dude.
I think that was by far like the worst match of the night because there's just no interest.
There was no interest there. I've never been less excited to watch a Trick match, and it went too long for that reason. He should have just kind of put him out in like 7, 8, 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Main event, the Women's Iron Survivor was the best match in the show for me. Very cool. Julia won. Great ending to it. Julia. Overall, like, it's a good show. I think it's like a 6 out of 10 show.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's not like a special show.
Which means if you take out your bias, that's like a 4 out of 10. So, Mike, what did you give it?
I'd probably give it a 6.5.
Which means it blows because you looking through everything through.
I give
especially
fair grades.
NXT, dude.
I don't give fucking every WWE pay-per-view a ton out of 10.
Never
like
gonna. That means the match they weren't that good if you gave it a 6 out of 10. You're
They
talking
were good.
about the Spirit Series matches and shit like that. Nobody cares about this trash, dude.
Anyways, I don't know what you're talking about, but the Iron Survivor challenges were both great matches, a lot of great moments. That women's match was fucking stacked beyond belief.
Easy.
I would probably give my nod for best match to the men's Iron Survivor just slightly though, because I don't know, I just felt like Obafemi like hit the dichotomy between him and some of like the smaller, faster wrestlers. I just thought I liked the style of clash that we had in that match.
Styles clash.
And I thought,
Styles clash.
And I thought it was great that Obafemi was kind of like the mystery guy in that. Favorite moment was also in that match when both Obafemi and Ethan Page ended up in the penalty box at the same time. And Ethan Page was like begging not to be put in there, and they like finally forced him in there, and then Obafemi just like smashed his head for 30 seconds of the fucking penalty box. Pretty funny. And like I said, 6.5 out of 10. It was very entertaining, the Iron Survivor Challenge matches. Great job by HBK, baby.
Number 1 wasn't funny, what you said. Number 2,
what are you talking about?
the penalty box shit is
If you
so
saw
dumb.
it, you would have popped for it.
The penalty box, I'm looking it up now because I actually like was forgetting a little bit exactly how this match works. I didn't see these ones. I hadn't seen them since last year. This is the dumbest shit I've ever heard. You liking this, if they did this in AEW, you would pan this so hard.
They would never do something creative that they made up themselves.
I don't know.
Yeah, I do.
Speaking of
wait,
AEW,
you know what? They did one time. It was called the Mimosa Mayhem match. Yeah, that was really good.
I fucking loved that match. That was a
You
great
fucking
match.
loser.
I do. It's such a dude. He stained his jacket. His
That
white
shit
jacket.
sucks.
You are such an idiot, dude. Hold on. Let me get my fucking binoculars here to do AEW. Look at BJ made him the smallest shit in the world. Hold on, man. Let me get real close to it. And this looks like Blue League winner versus Gold League winner. So far, Kyle Fletcher's leading Blue League with 9.
So on
runner-up.
World's End, they're doing the semis and the final all on the same show.
I didn't hear what you said. I'm sorry.
I said at World's End, they're doing the semis and the final all on that show.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
It's weird though. You have the Blue League winner against the Gold League runner-up.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of having a championship, you're flipping them. So you have to.
It's a modern. It's
you
like
have 2 fresh
it's a
matches.
different version of the G1 because it's not like league winner versus league winner.
Yep. Yeah. So I like that. I like that there's a semifinals. So that do you think it stays this way? What do you think the matches are going to be? Do you have any idea? I think
it's going to be Okada and Ospreay. Right?
Yeah.
So what's your other? So who are your top two in each league?
Kyle,
Okada
Fletcher,
and
Okada.
I think Fletcher wins the group and Okada's in second, and then Ospreay wins his group and Ricochet's in second.
I'll say
Ricochet's in first and Ospreay's in second. So then you save Ospreay versus Okada for the final.
So you can get a rematch of Fletcher and Will in the semifinals.
Yep.
And then Okada and Ricochet. And then Okada beats Ricochet. Ospreay beats Fletcher to get the win
back. That sounds like
back.
they would do that, right?
There you go.
Yeah.
Look at
And
us.
it's Ospreay and Okada.
Can you bet on AEW money wise?
I mean, that's got to be
right. This is the shit we should be doing. Like, this is the one. There's times where we should look at each other and be like, "This is our chance. This is
what are we doing?
Let's go make some fucking money.
Yeah.
What are we doing? We're leaving money on the table right now."
My problem with this tournament is like obviously they just
awesome.
do the tournament. They just do the tournament to have a bunch of matches, like so they can fill time essentially. Like this is their version of killing time through the holidays. So they can have a bunch of fucking random matches.
Yeah, but they matter.
The prize is not of any importance.
Mm-hmm.
The prize is the Continental Championship.
We talked about that.
Nobody cares about like the fucking 10th most important championship in your company. The prize should be you get a world title match. That's end of story. You cannot debate me on that. It should be you get a world championship match.
I'm with you. I'm actually with you.
I agree with that.
So it's like G1.
100%.
Yeah.
The reason
That's exactly
it's so
what it should
important.
be.
The reason it's so important is because at the end of it, the winner gets to fight the champion at the biggest event of the year.
Yeah.
And all the matches are important because of that. In this tournament, none of the matches are important because nobody cares about the end game of it.
Well, that's not true. There is the Continental Championships on the line, so there is a title on the line. So don't tell me there's not.
I didn't.
It's not the championship. It's just not the championship. It's just not the championship you want.
It's not an important one.
Fickle. Daniel was right about you.
I mean, I get it. They're trying to make a championship, but like, it doesn't have that prestige. And even then, you're still not the champion.
Adam Cole or Kyle O'Reilly, who's going to face MJF for the Diamond Ring?
My God, I really hope it's Adam Cole this time.
I think it's going to be Kyle O'Reilly.
Please no. Please don't keep stretching this out.
I really do think it's going to happen. I think because what you had him go through.
They want long-term storytelling. We're going to give it to him.
Yep, you're damn right you are.
Unbelievable.
Kyle O'Reilly, he wins because you're getting heel. He's going to be a little heelish. He's going to be acting heelish. And he goes against MJF and loses. And then finally, we get the Matt Taven versus Adam Cole, and Matt Taven wins.
And just you wait for Mike Bennett.
Yeah, dude. 8 months later, we're like, Maria Kanellis Bennett, get out of here. We need you. You got to pin Adam clean. Yeah, okay. And, we talked about all the other stuff. And how about Patreon poll results? By the way, that was a lot of wrestling. Trying to catch up when you're off for a week.
Yeah, it's a lot.
You just quit. You're like, nah, I ain't watching.
How are you gonna do 3 weeks that we're gonna be off?
I'm not gonna worry about it. It used to be nothing happened. You know what I mean? We could take those 3 weeks off and you go ahead, you watch, you enjoy that.
Well, they're building up to the Raw, which is going to be big.
On the Raw, building up to the Raw.
Yeah,
the Raw. January 6th, brother.
Plus, it's also better because it's only
Storming
2 hours.
Capitol
If you
again.
start it late, you can fast forward through a whole bunch of bullshit. You're watching Raw in like 10 minutes.
I would never storm the Capitol.
That's some shaky math there, but
seriously,
I'm just saying.
I was gonna say I'm too lazy to storm the Capitol, but you took all the fucking wind out of my sails because you're lazy as shit. Okay.
Yeah, you put on double speed.
Yeah.
It's like a 3-minute show.
It's like, that is true. You get the version without commercials and shit, but it's in like 6 parts. Fucking, I'll fly through that. I mean, I watch it on my very legal cable box.
Yeah, you watch it live. We know.
Patreon poll results.
For those that don't know, every first of the month, we put a poll on patreon.com/ringrustradio. As long as you support us there, you can vote and leave a comment. I wish more people would vote and leave comments.
I think we're gonna have to have
is that a comment?
That's a comment. We only got 1 comment.
Oof.
Leave comment.
We only got 1 comment from Jason Silva. He says, Ospreay versus Brady for me was match of the year. The other strong contenders for me were Ospreay versus MJF and Drew versus Punk Hell in a Cell. Ring Rush.
Good.
So, this month's poll, courtesy of Mike Chiari, it's pretty much a staple of December. which is the best match of this year. So you guys want to take a guess?
That's stupid. We should have done my question.
You don't even know what your question was.
It
was you were
like,
saying like things that were like brackets and shit
it's like,
too.
who would
we
you
asked you
most
for a
likely
full-
to have? Who build your own dinner party for Christmas? Who would you like to kiss under the mistletoe the most?
Punk versus McIntyre Hell in a Cell is my pick.
So I will say I voted for, or Triple R voted.
The
I
facade
voted
washes
for-
away. Look at the facade washing away.
I assume it was me or Donnie.
It was always you. I only go in there to get money. I'm like, I'm here for
That's not true.
I literally
He's-
walk in.
Alright, well we don't have that either.
It's very
CM
true.
Punk versus Drew McIntyre is what the account voted for, based on my recollection of this year and our conversations. The other option
very
I thought
stupid.
collectively- Why? You loved it.
Yeah, I know, but it's not better than Jungle Boy,
Stop.
And
Please.
Brian Daniels.
Dan-
I
Daniel
beg
Gar-
of you to stop.
Daniel
with that
Garcia.
narrative.
Oh, now it's that one, huh? Neither Jungle Boy match made the cut, by the way.
That's very. Hey, wait, we'll get there at match of the year for fucking Rusty's.
For the Rusties.
Rusty's coming up for a little Rusty action.
So- CM Punk, because the Triple R account voted for CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre for Bad Blood, it tied with one other match this year.
No way, Ospreay and who?
Yeah, the one that was just talked about by
Nope.
Silver, right?
Nope.
Oh.
Adam Page and Swerve Strickland.
Roman
Nope.
and Cody Rhodes.
Mike is correct.
Oof.
Roman versus
Fuck it.
Cody at WrestleMania 40. Now,
Oh,
the
we were
other
there.
option-
Doesn't it feel like forever ago? We were there.
I know.
It does feel like forever ago.
It's insane.
Holy shit, dude. You were almost falling down my stairs just a few months ago.
The other option I thought of that the Triple R account would vote on was Gunther and Sami Zayn.
I hate. Why are you talking in like third person? Dude? Like you're like the frog. Just
I
say
also
it.
love
You
the
voted.
night one. I also love the night one main event of WrestleMania.
I agree, Mike.
I
They only got 9%
I didn't
of the
see it.
votes. Sami Zayn and Gunther, 9% of the votes. Brian Danielson versus Will Ospreay, 9% of the votes. Let me tell you something. Only 11 people
Let me
voted.
tell you something. Hey, 11's way better than
That's way
previous
more than I
ones.
thought.
I know that's like triple last time.
That's 11 with us. I wish people would vote. I wish
Yeah,
people would interact.
people don't. I don't even know if people are
Exercise
still
your right.
listening.
There you go.
I don't think people listen anymore. Make it honestly the one thing the feedback I keep getting is people are lazy. Make it easier for them.
To
I'm
do what?
They don't
What
want to
does
go.
that mean?
They don't want to go to Patreon and click on stuff. So.
Oh,
That's
well,
the whole point.
Well, they're gonna listen on their phone. They're gonna be, driving the bus or whatever they're doing at the time, and then they're
Oh,
gonna be done with
okay.
it.
try with the
They're
bus.
not,
Drive the bus.
they're not clicking anything.
We can't go below 70 miles per hour. Earth's
That's
gonna
a great
blow.
movie.
Fit through, plowing through a fucking school zone. I'm like, holy shit, dude, slow it down. This guy, anything else you want to talk about? The
Yeah,
Patreon?
sign up patreon.com/ringrustvideo. Please vote in our polls. You can interact with us. You can get ad-free
Please give
version
us
of
your
our-
money. Honestly, we work so. Did you see my fight with somebody on Twitter? I had to sign on to Twitter for 5 fucking seconds.
I thought you weren't on Twitter.
No, the Ring Rust Radio account, but I have to.
Oh.
You have to sign on to Twitter to get the embed codes for to search up the weather for storms and shit like that. I find it just easier, so I got those codes and I fucking put them in the article. Makes it look nice, right? Yada yada yada. So I'm on there for once. I was like, there's notifications, 100 of them. So I fucking just click on to see is the episode because the episode I fucked up the episode last week, right? So
I'm shocked.
I know, but it hardly ever happens. Honestly,
Why'd you do that?
we do great. Why did
Why'd
I
you
do
fuck
that? Because I was angry. I was just, I totally had to stop. I'm not even gonna
Sabotage.
yell. I'm not gonna yell about all that. I fixed it within 4 hours. So everybody shut the fuck up.
4 hours.
What was the issue, by the way?
I honestly don't know what happened because I edited the show. It was an hour and 50 minutes, and then the show that I found online was only 50 minutes. It was only Dirt Sheet Busters, and so I had the rough audio, so I just uploaded it real quick. So the episode was correct. I don't know if I accidentally just uploaded the rough mic file.
Wow, you fucked up.
So yeah, I did. But I was literally doing it from the mountains and then the road, and then once I got home, I finished. But the guy was yelling at me, saying that we're mailing in the effort. He's like, taking another week off, and now the show's fucked up. Like,
Well, he ain't wrong. Yeah.
he's like, you guys are fucking, I used to really like you guys. You could really tell, You guys
Who
are
was-
mailing it in. So it wasn't just.
Wait. He said you guys, or he
Yeah.
said you?
No, this was a Ring Rust
Fuck
Radio.
this guy who said you guys, because me and BG did not mail anything in.
This was a Ring Rust Radio's going down the pooper fucking comment, dude.
We put on a great show last week.
BJ, can you find the original tweets?
I'm sorry that I sent you that message and it upset you.
I knew it hurt too deeply.
No, for real.
Grandin Balvin 69. I should have read it better.
Oh, there's a whole lot of tweets here.
I was mad. I got mad as shit. That's why I don't do Twitter, because I legit get mad. I can't handle it. The next tweet that I almost said was like, fight me, here's my address.
Someone says, first half of the show is cut, start the DSB. That's a very nice one. Who uploaded the show today with all the WWE, AEW reviews cut off? It starts with Dirt Sheet Busters and Fantasy Things, and that's it. So, we're not going to fix the episode this week. I know we're for the past days of 6-hour episodes. You guys are personalized and fan, but what the hell? As a longtime fan, it's disappointing. How about multiple 1-hour episodes a week? Just talking wrestling topics of the week. Grow the brand. I agree with this guy.
That's the guy who's mad at. You agreed with him. I got furious
Grow
at
the
him.
brand!
I don't need to check anything. I wasn't being rude. I've told numerous people over the years about the show. I've given money to you guys because I appreciate the entertainment you guys
That's
provide.
me. That's after I responded. Do you have my responses? My very fucking politically correct responses?
Dude, we fixed it. Redeload it. I did it from the freaking road. A truck stop. But yeah, bitch at this thing we do for free. Appreciate you listening though. Just check yourself. Dude, you're an asshole. Why are you fucking, what are you doing? Why are
I
you
told
yelling
him
at
to
this
check
guy?
himself, dude.
What's wrong with you? Now we just lost a fucking listener for no reason.
We're down to 3. We're down to 3.
For real.
I was out of town. Audio got messed up. I fixed it 4 hours later. You basically said we mail it in. Give me a break, dude.
He
tell you
did
this.
though. He did.
I'm shocked 3 to 4 people cared enough.
That's awesome. That's more than I thought. And you're over here running down the people.
Yep,
and
now
the
it's
show
2 to 3.
fucked up.
No, I said I told everybody else that I did it. I was like, and I apologized to everybody. I tried to. And it was, this dude was just being, he basically used this as a tirade to say that we mail it in now.
You do.
Can we move it on?
He's not wrong. Patreon.com/RingWrestleRadio. Please help us, and maybe Donnie will be nicer. You can also hear early access to like Batman Returns retro.
Ooh, yeah.
Why did you sound like a Valley girl for a hot second there?
Like,
It totally returns. Batman's totally coming back, y'all.
Most importantly, you can sign up to hear right now the best Christmas TV special bracket. We recorded it today. You can hear it right now. Don't even wait for the holidays.
Everybody had a really positive attitude the whole time, I promise.
You suck, man.
All right. Let's move on.
Strangeness in the latest report. You gotta call Dirt Sheet Buster. Egregious lies, anonymously sourced. You gotta call Dirt Sheet Buster. Scoop, 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 scoop. No lies, no retraction. Scoop, 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 scoop. Per a source that's interesting to know.
Alright guys, it is time for our favorite segment of the week. It's Dirt Sheet Busters. Unfortunately, I'm very sorry Donald Wood came back to the show this week. I got so many DMs and messages about how great the show was last week, and how much they enjoyed it. He has come back to ruin it, but BG, we still get our little time together without Donnie, and I enjoy that very much.
I love our cozy, intimate time, Mike.
Absolutely. I also enjoy owning the dirt sheets, and we're going to do that right now. We're going to start with the Wrestle Votes. BG, how good was the Motor City Machine Guns versus Street Profits on SmackDown?
I don't remember that one.
No?
No.
Huh, okay. Because they tweeted before SmackDown last week, tonight on SmackDown, the Motor City Machine Guns versus the Street Profits for the WWE Tag Team Championships.
Wow.
So it sounds like they got
That's crazy.
fucking swerved. It sounds like whoever gives them information told them the match that WWE was going to pretend to do on the show,
Huh.
But, of course, the Street Profits were taken out by, as we know now, DIY, and then DIY beat Motor City Machine Guns for the titles, so
Did they
Russell got
advertise?
owned.
Wasn't that like advertised?
I don't know if it was advertised.
Oh, okay.
If it was advertised, I don't know why WrestleWoods
Yeah,
retweeted.
that's what I was wondering. Okay, fair enough. Well, they got played.
Yeah, very wrong. This is from Wrestling Observer Live. A platform that allows cursing will continue to allow cursing.
Oh, okay.
You believe
Good for
that?
them. I do believe that.
Crowd chants with curse words have often been bleeped out in recent years, and the entire broadcast would even go dark during the final moments of SmackDown on Fox. This reportedly won't be an issue on Netflix, as Brian Alvarez noted on Wrestling Observer Live that there will be less bleeping out of crowd chants on Netflix. Here's the quote. I don't know this 100%, but I'm probably about 99% sure. The one thing you will see different when they go to Netflix is less bleeping out of crowd chants, Alvarez said. There was a deal a while ago where they had some discussion about Raw maybe going to TV 14 or something like that. Of course, it didn't happen, but people were all excited. I was told literally the reason they wanted to explore that had nothing to do with any of the content of the show, but they hate having to bleep and silence the crowd when they chant profanities. I think on Netflix it will end, but as far as the rest of it, it's going to be just like it is right now. There's not going to be naked women or whatever you saw back in the 90s. I must have missed those episodes.
I didn't see that episode of Raw.
I mean, I saw Sable on pay-per-view with
Yeah.
paint over her nipples, but I did not see naked women on Raw.
No, not Raw. It's fascinating because they're not changing their rating.
Right.
So if they're still PG,
Right.
are you still allowed to keep cursing like is insinuated? So we shall see.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm not gonna claim to know.
to my knowledge, there's nothing on Netflix where they're bleeping things out.
No, but I don't know if it's a PG show,
Right.
and they don't want that done, then you have to be bleeping.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's why it's. So I don't know.
But
Well, we shall see.
I always laughed at the people that thought they were gonna go to like TV 14 or something like that. It's like they have so many advertisers geared towards families and children, stuff like that. Like, if they go to TV 14, that could put their whole fucking merchandising deal with like Mattel in jeopardy. They wouldn't do that. And I'm sorry, but you don't have to have TV 14 to have compelling television. They've showed that. So
agreed.
But yeah, I think I think the likelihood is that if you go on Netflix where it's not broadcast television, they probably won't bleep it. So thanks, Alf. This is from Fightful Select. An entertaining segment was praised. Do you believe that?
Yeah, I believe that.
Okay. According to Fightful Select, Kevin Owens' segment with Michael Cole conducted from the backseat of his rental car outside the Target Center was, and I quote, well received backstage.
Oh, that's it?
Was it from the front seat?
They were in the front seat.
Yeah, so why'd they say from the back seat?
Ooh. Where's this head at?
Yeah.
That segment was amazing, by the way.
Yeah, it was great. I'm sure it was well received. Like, why would you have to even report that?
Fucking Shomra Sapp saw people saying this is great on Twitter. I was
exactly.
like, all right, there's my report.
It was unique.
$85.
It was unique. It was fun. It was Kevin Owens owning Michael Cole. Everybody would obviously love this, and everybody did love it. So let me pretend like there's some inside scoop about it.
It was a good callback to years past.
Yeah, I loved it. You know, and so did people in WWE. It was well received.
Good for them.
So in Wrestling Observer newsletter, Meltz spouts off some bullshit about Chris Bay without giving any actual information.
This is sad.
Yeah. So people that don't know about the whole Chris Bay situation. So basically, he's a TNA wrestler, and he got what's believed to be a pretty serious injury in a ladder match. I think it was him and Ace Austin and the Hardys, and then Brian Myers and Eddie Edwards, I'm pretty sure was what the match was. And this happened on like a pre-taped thing, and it was, you know, pretty big news. But there's really been no true information known about the actual injury. So you would think Dave Meltz, being a reporter, would come forth with some information. But here's what he reported. As noted before, TNA talent Chris Bay suffered a neck injury at TNA Wrestling's Impact tapings this past October in Detroit. Dave Meltzer reported in this week's Wrestling Observer newsletter that details regarding Bay's neck injury situation have remained secretive based on those spoken to not willing to publicly give any details publicly about it. Meltzer reported that those spoken to within the wrestling industry stated that they know Bay's injury is a very serious situation and was described to be one of the worst in-ring injuries in some time. And how much time? What is the injury? We know it's a neck injury, but like we literally have no information about the seriousness of this injury. Like, is it serious in terms of like he's gonna be out for a year or more? Is it serious in terms of he's gonna be out for his whole career? Is it serious in terms of he's paralyzed in some way? We literally don't know any of that. But all Meltz can contribute to the situation is worst injury in some time.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. That's bad reporting.
Like, if you have nothing to say, don't say it.
I do have a Sports Illustrated article pulled up. This is from October. All right, it's from October 29th, and they have a statement from TNA. Chris Bay is recovering at the hospital following surgery for the neck injury suffered Sunday night, and he had an MRI procedure on Monday. He was resting in the hospital room Monday night, joking, talking about Bound for Glory, and in good spirits. Chris will be in Detroit for a few days, and family members have joined him, along with TNA wrestling management and wrestlers who are staying in Detroit. Chris is under professional care and supervision, and the local medical staff has been in contact with his personal doctor.
Okay. So, I mean, that's a lot more and better information than we got from Meltz here. So, yeah, I don't know. It always rubs me the wrong way when he reports on, like, very serious injuries and even, matters of life and death.
So I do have a statement from Matt Hardy. Spoke about this, I'm assuming, on his podcast. Okay. Yeah, on his podcast, November 5th. It was a very difficult experience, a very freak accident, Hardy explained. It was something very standard. There was nothing crazy. There was nothing outlandish or outrageous. There was no high level of risk involved in what was going on. It's, once again, a very scary and stark reminder about how dangerous it is, what we do, pro wrestling in general.
But, no thanks to Meltz for his report, but hopefully everything's good with Chris Bay, because, I don't watch a ton of TNA, but I had seen him wrestle before. He's crazy good athlete, seemed to have a lot of charisma.
Very talented.
Could have been somebody I could have seen being really good in NXT before maybe getting into the main roster. But yeah, hopefully he's gonna be able to wrestle again at some point. BG, everyone is still clueless about The Rock's status, but they act like they know anyway. Why do they do that?
That's upsetting. Because I want The Rock to come back.
Me too. I'm sure he will.
I agree. I'm sure he will.
This is a 3-parter.
Oh,
we're going to start here. On the WWE Post-Raw show, hosted by Sean Ross Sapp, I'm sure a lot of people listen to that, and Ibo on Fightful, Sapp revealed that WWE is operating as if The Rock is not working WrestleMania 41, though with The Rock, and I quote, anything is possible. Kevin Garnett over here. Anything's possible!
What the fuck kind of reporting is this?
Shit. This is the most annoying possible shit. And there's going to be more of this here. While rumors persisted that WWE is playing The Rock versus Cody Rhodes for next April, reports now suggest otherwise. Chris do they? I don't know if they do. Chris Featherstone recently revealed that WWE is moving forward with creative plans assuming The Rock won't be at the event. However, as Featherstone noted, plans could still change if The Rock's schedule clears. The Rock himself hasn't been silent on the matter. Responding to a fan's comment on Instagram, he emphatically shot down reports of his absence, saying, "Don't believe any of that bullshit." Sean Ross Sapp later backed Featherstone's report, emphasizing that while WWE would love to have The Rock involved, the final decision lies with him.
What are we doing, Mike?
No shit.
What? The Rock already fucking shat all over Meltz's reporting on this, that he wasn't going to be there. Don't believe it. It's bullshit.
Right.
Why do they keep saying what Meltz is reporting then?
I don't know. And
that
here's
makes
no
sense.
Here's the last part of this. According to PW Insider, WWE's creative team is operating with a, and I quote, wait-and-see approach when it comes to The Rock. While they develop their own plans, sources say the dynamic shifts drastically if and when The Rock signals his interest. If The Rock wants to do something that's as good as Ari Emanuel telling Triple H and the creative team, this is what will happen, and then it will, the report states. Essentially, WWE stands ready to pivot the moment the Great One makes his intentions known. So, here's the crux of every single one of these reports. They don't know for sure if they're going to have The Rock. They're operating under the assumption that they won't, because that's what you do when you don't know something for sure. But if he says he wants to wrestle, then he will. This is, literally this is exactly what happened earlier this year.
Yeah.
We had no idea if The Rock was going to be involved. Then he decides he wants to become January. And then in January, he's the biggest part of the fucking storyline. And he wrestles in a match at WrestleMania. Like, why are they reporting these things? Like, nobody's claiming that The Rock has made a 100% commitment to wrestle at WrestleMania. None of us think that, because The Rock is The Rock, and he kind of does shit his own way. So, but we also know that if The Rock says, hey, I want to wrestle, WWE is going to move heaven and earth to make sure that he wrestles at WrestleMania.
Yeah, I guess I just don't see how you know you have to plan for WrestleMania at some point, right? So after WrestleMania 40, he's coming out there telling Cody Rhodes, I'll be back.
Right.
Like, I'm coming for you in that championship, everything. Right? You took it from my blood, I'm going to take it from yours. So I guess I just have a difficult time really believing that they're not thinking about that and haven't had that discussion. That's the likelihood that he would.
So, yeah, agreed. Do you think it's a high likelihood that he's on the first Raw on Netflix?
I think it's 99.9%.
Right. I feel that same way. And if he's going to be on that show, I assume they're going to run some kind of big angle, probably involving Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
And if that happens...
And Roman.
Yep. And if that happens, you're a month out from Royal Rumble.
Right.
So, there's probably a decent chance, and we've been talking about this for quite some time, like, give us The Rock and Cody at Rumble, The Rock wins, and Roman wins the Rumble, and we get Roman and The Rock at WrestleMania. So, I think that maybe they didn't initially know for certain if The Rock's going to wrestle at WrestleMania, but, I mean, you're getting close to Royal Rumble time, and that's when you knew last time. So,
yeah.
I just think the people that know if The Rock's going to wrestle or not are, like, The Rock, Triple H, Nick Khan, Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes if he's part of whatever they're going to be doing, Paul Heyman, and, like, Ari Emanuel, or whoever's, like, a very high-up decision maker in Endeavor TKO.
Yeah, I agree.
Sean Ross Sapp doesn't know, and PW Insider doesn't know, and Chris Featherstone doesn't know, and none of them are intimately knowledgeable with any of the people that do know. So, they would have no clue.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know why they even bother with this, but they do, and they waste their time.
I just don't get it. The Rock already said it's bullshit.
Yep. You ready for the coup de grace, BG?
Always. Hit double time.
It's from PW Insider. Kofi and Woods are bad guys, per our eyes.
What?
Yeah, can you believe this? According to PW Insider, after the events of this week's episode of Monday Night Raw, Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods have officially been classified as heels on WWE's internal roster, which isn't a big surprise at all considering what they did to Big E. No shit.
Wow, so this was from last week, too.
Yeah.
It's not even from today or yesterday. Yeah. Wow, oh my god, Mike. What a revelation.
So
this is new information.
We saw them tell Big E to go fucking die because he has a neck injury.
Yeah.
And now we learn that they're heels. I can't believe it.
I am floored.
I will say,
I'm glad they told me.
They're kind of baby faces the way they fucking punked out Cody on Raw.
I agree with that. But
that was
this week. That was this week, though.
Exactly.
Not last week.
So maybe next week, the Turtle roster will have them as baby faces. I don't know. All right, BG. How we do, man? Ooh, The Rock's gonna wrestle. All right, BG. Donnie's still not here. I'm happy to finish this out. Just me and you.
It's the best.
We're gonna do emails. If people don't recall, Fantasy WWE ended last week. Reggie Gill,
congratulations,
big champion.
Reggie.
Yep. And we'll be back with Fantasy WWE after our little holiday break. But yeah, we're going to do some emails. And guys, send your emails to ringrustradio@yahoo.com. Also, if you go to patreon.com/ringrustradio, if you contribute to the email tier higher, we have to read at least one of your emails every single month. This first one's from What's the Deal with Golriz?
Oh.
Haven't heard from a deal in quite a long time.
Yeah.
Subject, Daniel Garcia and Wheeler Yuta. Not what I would have come back with after a lengthy absence, but it's alright.
Did George submit this on his behalf?
Probably. Dear Ring Rust Radio royalty.
Hey.
Like it. Been a minute. Hope you are all well. Thank you. We are. I hope you are as well. Mm-hmm. I was watching Collision this week and I thoroughly enjoyed Okada versus Daniel Garcia. Daniel Garcia seems to be getting better as time goes on and putting on good matches, albeit with world-class performers. And no, that doesn't include Jack Perry. That's correct. So, my question is, what exactly makes you dislike Daniel Garcia or Wheeler Yuta, for that matter? I think Adil knew Donnie wasn't going to be here for emails, because he would lie and say he does like them. I would like you to break it down in detail, referencing the attributes you think are essential to make a world-class professional wrestler / sports entertainer. Have a good holiday season. What's the deal with Gomez? Thank you, Adil. Happy
That's
holidays.
a great nickname. Happy holidays.
You want to go first, or you want me to go?
Sure. I'll go first.
Okay.
For starters, it's because George Cruz texts us every day about them.
That doesn't help.
And
Yeah.
it does not help, and I don't find their acts believable. I don't appreciate Daniel Garcia's little dance that he does. I think it's stupid. Wheeler is he just doesn't do it for me. It's everything that these two guys do. I think the problem, Mike, is when everyone does the same style.
Mm-hmm.
It
Nobody
makes
stands
it
out.
difficult. No one stands out, but it makes it difficult to believe everything that's happening. See, what I would say is someone like, let's say, Spike Dudley, right? Let's say Darby. Let's just use the same company. Darby Allin wrestles a very distinct style for what his character and what he's trying to do. Now, I'm not advocating for everyone to wrestle that style. I'm just saying he doesn't try to do the Shibata shtick,
Right.
right? Where everyone is just the most world-class striker.
They all think they're
and
Zack
this and that.
Sabre Jr.
Exactly. And it's fine to have those wrestlers, but like everyone kind of does the same thing in AEW, and they don't do it as well as someone like, let's say, Okada, right? Which I know we're talking Okada's one of the best, but even if you go down the roster, they don't stack up that way. So I think they need a more distinct moveset and style to really stand out, and it doesn't mean gyrating your hips before you go do a drop kick.
So I'll start by saying kind of what I think you need to be a top end wrestler, and the in-ring is definitely important. I think Daniel Garcia and Wheeler Yuta, from a technical perspective, they're fine. I don't think I wouldn't say that they're terrible in-ring workers, but that's one thing out of like a million that you need to be a legitimate star in pro wrestling. And I don't want to harp on look too much, because you can be smaller, like a Daniel Bryan, and be a fucking huge star.
Yeah.
But it is part of the equation. And if I'm looking at Daniel Garcia and I'm looking at Wheeler Yuta, and I kind of hate the term aura because it's like overused. But they don't have that aura of a superstar. They just look like a couple of regular dudes. Like, Daniel Garcia walks down the aisle like he took a huge dump in his pants. Like, I'm watching this guy, I'm watching this little dude who's probably like 120 pounds walking down the aisle like he took a dump in his pants, and like, this is not star quality to me. Wheeler Yuta, as much as I think Daniel Garcia is very overrated, Wheeler Yuta, I don't see almost any redeeming quality in him. Like, Garcia, I don't think is a great promo by any stretch of the imagination. I think he's a pretty bad promo. Wheeler Yuta makes him look like the fucking Rock on the mic with how bad of a promo Wheeler Yuta is. The ability to cut a promo and to get people invested in what you're saying and what you're doing, one of the most important parts of being a great pro wrestler. And there's some stuff that's just innate that you can't really describe what it is or how you get it. You might just be born with it, or you can cultivate it over time, but it's that star power, and neither of these guys to me have it. They just look like anybody else on the roster, and they just blend in and they don't stand out. You would never say that about The Rock. You would never say that about Stone Cold. Not a huge John Cena fan, but you would never say that about John Cena. You would never say it about Roman Reigns. These people stand out. They're legitimate superstars. They can all have a great match bell to bell, but they can also tell the story that you need to tell in the match. They can get fans invested. They can cut promos and tell a story leading up to the match just to make you care about them. Have Daniel Garcia or Wheeler Yuta ever done that in your estimation? They've never done it for me. So while they're quote unquote good hands, fine for the mid card, or to me, like the lower mid card, just, to have decent matches, those guys to me, in no major company in the world ever should they be like talked about as a potential world champion. But that's me.
Yeah, I lean that way. hopefully we answer the deal.
We try.
And we just.
We're sorry to
upset
shit
you.
on wrestlers you like. It's just how we feel.
It's mostly George.
Yeah.
It's mostly because of George. Next email comes from Dan, the Beast Severin Marsh. Subject is great episode. No Donald. Two guys having decent disagreements. More of this, please. Triple R. Thanks. Dan Marsh.
Great email, Dan. Thank you.
It's supposed to be like a poem.
Yeah, it was like a haiku of how much he enjoyed our show last week. I enjoyed it too. Believe you me, I enjoyed it as much as anybody. I agree. I mean, Donnie, he just comes on the show and he just talks shit and has disagreements to have disagreements, not for an actual reason.
Mm.
You know, you and I, we have very similar thoughts, I think, on pro wrestling. But I mean, last week for sure there was stuff that we weren't 100% aligned on. But we could have good debates and actually talk about things related to wrestling, and I think that makes for a good show. But you know,
it's just common. The thing that people understand is Donnie acts like a dickhead nonstop every day, group chat, before we start the podcast, as soon as we get on the podcast. So
it's tough.
Attitude
It grinds
reflects
you down.
leadership. From Remember the Titans. And he's a shit leader.
Yeah, I agree. But thanks, Dan. Hopefully,
thanks for your support.
Hopefully one day in the near future we can give you another one of those shows. But until then, enjoy our emails and our Dirt Sheet Busters every single week.
I liked last week's bracket, Mike. That was really fun with the toys.
That was awesome. Send us more brackets for email section since Donnie doesn't care enough about the listeners to be a part of them. Anything that you think BG and I would enjoy and that you'd like to hear us talk about, hey, we will absolutely do it. But yeah, that is the show, BG. Enjoyed the second half of the show with you. The first half, we're not going to talk about that anymore. But guys, everybody, I hope you have a great week. Thanks for listening. We'll be back next week with our final quote-unquote live episode before the holidays. And we got some special episodes lined up too, including the Rusties coming up very soon. But again, thank you everybody for listening, and we'll catch you next week.